Hey everybody, what's up and welcome back to another video. I am Lionheart coming at you from Senator's Clan, and wanted to show you something a little bit interesting today. If you watched the last video, or really if you've just been keeping up with the meta at all, you'll know that there are really three attacks, primarily, that are sitting on top of the meta right now. Hybrid and Yeti Smash, as they have been for months, and then Zap Lalo was featured in our last video, is growing in popularity in the hands of a skilled attacker, probably the strongest attack right now. But I wanted to show you a pretty fun attack. Durzy in Senator's Clan, one of our newer members, posted this triple out of the blue this morning. And since then has posted about 4 or 5 different triples using a similar army variations on it. We'll go through a few different replays and see the take on it. But this is an old school Falcon attack. If any of you guys were playing Clash back in the days of Town Hall 10, where that was the top of the competitive meta, you will be familiar with the Falcon meta. It was all bowlers and all Valkyries. And that was before siege machines existed, before the game has developed in a lot of different ways. But here we are at Town Hall 13 years later, and we see Durzy picking out a Falcon-style attack. And so there are 2 triples in Legends that we'll look at first and see what Durzy does, and then we'll look at a couple triples that we ran in friendly challenges with some bases that are more war bases than Legends bases. But we see that Durzy begins with the King to funnel off for the Queen Walk. Queen Walk is coming in at the Clan Castle and Heroes. Pretty typical Queen Walk that you would do for a bunch of different attacks, especially something like a hybrid where you're able to take out the Clan Castle and she'll work her way into the enemy heroes here shortly. We can see that Durzy's taking a Siege Barrack and then a Jump Spell, and that'll change, if I'm not mistaken, in the next few attacks, but does a good job funneling off. If I'm not mistaken, the Siege Barrack drops here in just a second. There it is. Puts an Ice Golem out front as well to tank for that single target Inferno, as the Queen takes out both of the enemy heroes. Really just great value from a Queen Walk. This is a pretty common base that you'll see in Legends, something like it. I think especially in Town Hall 12, this meta was super popular, where you'd have kind of a bait at the bottom, a big dead space into the rest of the base. And then he drops the whole Falcon, all of the Valkyries and bowlers. The bowlers tend to lag behind. That can be one of the issues with this attack, but his end up going in because the funnel was set so well. He drops the Champ so that it can take out the scatter shot on the back end. Warden ability to keep everything healthy. And then the Queen, biggest part of this attack is that the Queen is still alive. Queen still has her ability, and so the army's able to work through all of this dead space here while the Queen is cleaning up on the outside. And is smooth sailing for the rest of that attack. Queen ability is left over, and so even though this single target looks like it stays up, even though the single target Inferno is staying up, with the Queen ability, it's not going to be a problem at all for them to just sweep through the rest of the base. And you see it with just Valkyries and just bowlers, really. He's able to get the triple in Legends. And now looking at this second replay, a slight tweak on the attack to probably a more competitive base. This definitely is a slightly more meta base. I think you'll see this type of base more often in Legends than the last one. The last one was a bit of an old school design from before Town Hall 13 came out. But we see that the army is relatively unchanged, and he's got a different approach to it for this one. It's kind of interesting. He drops the Siege Barrack right at first, and then the King on the other side, Queen right in the middle. So they're funneling for that Queen Walk, and you can see the heroes and the Clan Castle are far away, so this Queen Walk is really just about pathing, and usually if you see a big kind of bait side of the base, if you Queen Walk the opposite side, you'll get a ton of value out of it. And so that's exactly what Durzy's doing, dropping a couple rages, a jump to get the Queen inside the base, takes out the Eagle, takes out 50% of the base before he drops any of his army at all, and so really just getting great value from the Queen Walk. And then throws all of the Valkyries in behind with the Warden. They're all going together, and actually holds on to the bowlers. Uses that Warden ability to keep everything alive throughout the core, knowing that the Queen will take out the Town Hall, because the Queen Walk has been so successful at this point, and then drops all the bowlers up on that top side, and we can see them just going through the rest of the base. And again, super important. Any attack that you have a queen walk for, the queen stays alive the whole time. This triple's a little bit closer, especially because the way it ended up working out, there wasn't this great opportunity to drop the bowlers in with the rest of the army, and so the bowlers were dropped on that top side like we saw. A lot of them went down because there wasn't anything to tank for them, but because the queen walk got such good value at first and then managed to stay up the whole raid, it's an easy triple that we're able to look at there from Dersey. But probably the more impressive ones, you can see some experiments that Dersey's running in friendly challenges, and then finally settles on a different take on the Falcon. And this, I think, if you're bringing it into war, if you're doing oh, it's actually even the next replay, but we'll go ahead and take a look at this one, as it's a triple against Trillium. Oh no, I was right. He switched out the siege machine to a wall wrecker. And this, I think, if you're taking a Valkyrie attack, if you're taking a Falcon attack into war, this is probably going to be the best way to do it. The siege barrack is great for funneling, provides a lot of extra troops into the raid, but really if you're wanting to bring your Valkyries inside the base, and if you're wanting something to tank for the bowlers and really ensure that you're taking out the town hall, bringing a wall wrecker is going to do all of those things for you, and then drop troops exactly where you need them in the heart of that army where you've got your Valkyries and your bowlers. And so he does his queen walk and puts out the wall wrecker to break open a path for the queen to follow in behind. Gets caught up there on the tornado trap, but it's better to get caught early by a tornado trap than have all of your cleanup get caught in it afterwards and end up not tripling out on the base. Wall wrecker goes down, but it does open up the compartment into the town hall. And here you see most of the Valkyries even walk up to the top side, but this speaks to just how strong the attack is. All the bowlers go inside, the queen and the Valkyries are walking around the base, but the warden ability, the bowlers under rage, really, because bowlers haven't been super meta for a while, it's easy to forget just how strong bowlers under rage can be. And so here they are just tearing up the inside of this base, and they will eventually go down. But Dersey saved his royal champ there to take out that scatter shot, and luckily the healers hop onto the champ. But here we even see that the queen, like we've been saying this whole time, is still alive, still has her ability, and so even though there's a good chunk of this base left, we can see that the healers are locked onto that champ, nothing's targeting the champ, the Valkyries are walking around the outside, kind of cleaning up around there, and then the queen ends up targeting the king, and with so few defenses left, it's smooth sailing from here. Doesn't even have to pop the queen ability on the enemy king, gets to save that for when she gets closer to some of these defenses. So, like you can see in some of these attacks, it's pretty close. And with an off-meta style attack like a Falcon, you're going to see the attacks maybe be a little bit closer than you would on a more meta attack strategy. But to be able to reproduce these triples over and over again, with some experimentation and figuring out the best way of doing it, is a pretty convincing attack strategy, and definitely not one that people are going to be building anti-bases against. The last triple that we're going to look at is one against my base. I don't mind burning this one. This base, actually, if you watch the Clash of Clans World Qualifiers, this was used in the World Qualifying event, and I like to hold on to a couple of those because typically these are the bases that you'll see in a lot of war leagues. People will copy those, and so I grab a couple of them to run for friendly challenges whenever we can. But here we see the king goes down again to funnel for the queen walk, as has been the beginning for all of these attacks. And then he drops his queen here on the south side. And bringing the wall wrecker again, healers behind the queen. And the wall wrecker is going to cut a path for the queen, similar to the last attack. Has to drop that rage a little bit early with the expo and the scatter shot. And then drops the ice golem. Fortunately, it seems like the ice golem is going to walk a little bit away, and the queen almost walks away, but then walks back in, follows that wall wrecker, and he even drops a couple of bowlers and even a couple of Valkyries behind the ice golem to funnel everything into the core of the base. Not taking that siege barrack, needed to invest a little bit more into the funnel, but that's all right. He waits till the wall wrecker goes down before using his jump. And again, even in this attack, we can see a lot of the Valkyries are walking around to the side, but the bowlers are walking into the core, just like he is hoping for. And he still has his queen ability, uses an early warden to keep him healthy through that scatter shot in particular. But if you look at the backside of this base, other than the Town Hall, there's really not a lot of DPS. There's those 3 Inferno Towers, one's multi, 2 are single, and that could be a bit of an issue, but with a Queen ability, a Champ ability, and most of the army still left alive, ends up, not proving to be too difficult to overcome. The Queen's taken on the Town Hall as those Valkyries are continuing to walk around the top side of the base, cleaning up all the trash. Uses the Champ ability early so that the single target Inferno doesn't end up taking out the Champ before it can deal with that. And then the Queen ability ends up taking out that last bout of defenses. And it all walks around. So all of these attacks, like I've said, have been a little bit tight, a little bit close. And as I'm sure as a clan, as we're developing this Town Hall 13 Falcon attack a little bit more, figuring out how to funnel the Valkyries a little bit better into the core of the base, that we'll see it smash a little bit easier. But the main tricks, and kind of similar to Yeti Smash, is that you want to hold on to as many resources as you can throughout the whole attack. Obviously, you're putting your whole army out pretty early on in these ground attacks, whether it's Yeti Smash or this Falcon attack. And so you want to make sure that you're holding on to your Queen ability, and you want to make sure that your Champ is deployed kind of later on in the attack. You're able to hold on to that Champ ability as well, because heroes, if they've got some healers locked onto them, if they've got health, and if they've got their abilities, they can crush a surprising amount of the base. But yeah, this just popped up in our clan today, and I figured I wanted to share it with you guys. It's been a while since we've seen this Falcon attack, and so as we develop it a little bit more, as we take it into war, we'll be happy to show you some replays in action of Falcon triples. But that's all for today. Hope you guys have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.